either. So it's January the 4th, 12:14. And yeah, I've been seeing 144 a lot, like heavy. And I can't make this shit up. Can't make this shit up. But yeah, I'm just sitting out here in the car. I'm like, let's fucking press record and chat. Man, I'm really grateful. Let's just start off by expressing gratitude. Let me prop that up, right? So, ooh, there we go. So yeah, I'm here, I'm present. I'm really, really grateful that I rose and I'm energized. I have no tension in my body. I'm healed, I'm healing, I'm alive in my being, ready to receive my life, ready to experience, express myself, ready to connect, to just be. And that's just where I'm at in this life right now. I just want to practice being, like just being, just living, just nurturing myself, nourishing my plants, nurturing others, speaking life just regularly. And that's just the main purpose of me even being here. I'm starting to grow into just this more I'm starting to grow into this connectivity again with just my life. I'm starting to like see the meaning, like the raw just truth of my life. Like we all are living, walking embodiments of God. That's just truth. Like we were birthed into this realm to experience it, of course, and to adapt to the order that is of these systems, but to also dismantle destructive, unjustifiable acts. You know what I mean? Dismantle these systems, like, you know what I mean? The sources of these wicked systems, destructive, corrupt systems. Like, and it starts with us, you know? Doing the work that needs to be done on us, like personally, just, carrying yourself with dignity, honor, grace, you know what I mean? Viewing your neighbor as you view yourself, honoring your neighbor as you honor yourself. Trace your roots, know where you came from in the history and the things that have been done unto your people. You gotta connect with the truth. You gotta research. You got to learn and unlearn just the patterns that you have adapted over the times throughout your experiences. And that's just, I feel like that's just the overall atmosphere that I curate, was just seeking truth and unlearning just limiting ways of life. Because it's not so this or that. That's what I've been getting from that girl from the show that I've been watching. She's been saying, see, that's the thing. Life isn't this or that. It's not so black or white, but it just is. And sometimes you just have to accept things for what they are and learn how to curate spaces that allow you to sustainably exist without there being corruption. And I feel like things are always going to be there's always going to be some kind of contrast to things where it's like disturbances, disruptions within the system, like a mall or some bacteria spreading, some disease spreading, some falsehood spreading. You know what I mean? It starts off with that, like the blackmail, the victimizing one person, and you know what I mean, stealing somebody's identity, or holding somebody captive. This is just witchcraft in general, like creating deception, and there's always gonna be like wicked, malevolent forces within the powers that be controlling these narratives, or propaganda, or agenda, or whatever the fuck. But it always comes back to you and how you're using your time, and how you're like making use of just this space that you inherited. It's like a lot of us, when you get the money or the job that you wanted, that's paying you well for your needs, for your, the debt that you're collecting. Willingly. Nobody's forcing you to do this thing. That's my thing. It's the power is in the people, not the powers that be, not these imaginary like things. It's within you. So it's just like your perception plays a huge role in this thing, because you're the one controlling your narrative. Gathering the community, you know what I mean, hosting events, fundraising, or community service work. Like whatever qualities you adapt, it'll play a role in the system. That's why I want to get into journalism and just storytelling a lot more, because I want to learn the history. Like so much that I'm not aware of, but like I don't know, my conscious can grasp the struggle of the experience and the patterns that have reoccurred, even just within my timeline. Like I can see, but I'm also this when you put it into perspective, I'm like this 19-year-old, that's just having all these ideas, and that's just picking up the camera and recording and just talking about things that I'm passionate about and things that I want to see like occur, like just a vision, a thought that can trickle into so many different things. That's why I'm so open-minded, and I'll continue to just expand, just breathe throughout this thing and receive this now moment and trust in God, like trusting just my fibers, trusting my receptors, trusting my hair. Like I'm growing my hair out, and I've been taking care of my hair. Like I've been keeping it wrapped up because yeah, I want my hair to touch my shoulders in like the next 2 years. True that. That's what I want for myself. I want to watch myself grow. I want to create real art. I want to be here, and I want to post real things. And I don't even need background music. That's why I keep the frequency sound, because that's all you need is vibrations. You don't need all the extra entertainment, because my character will entertain you. My character will probably put you to sleep. My character will have you energized, because I'm so many different things. Like, I'm everything, and so are you. Like, we are mirroring this one big, huge realm of many things, many strange things, many different creatures. Like, even in the ocean, like, you think this is something like, try living on the ocean. Try living on the ocean and see like how that is. Like try tapping into other different planes of existence and see how that is. Like hollow, like like the theory, these different other theories, like they're real. I believe so, cause nobody just gonna make this up. Nobody has this vision and it's not real, or it hasn't existed in some realm, or it doesn't exist in or it does exist in another realm. Like when we, I don't know, when we shift our frequency, we can tap into other realms. When we expand in our consciousness and just how we conceptualize our reality and our emotions, and because there's so many realm of emotion, it's so many ranges of emotions that we can harness. It's so many different meridian pathways and neural pathways that are linked to like past lives, like past, you know, encounters that our soul has had in other realms and lives. You know, when you rest your being and your first eye is then open, and you can hop into the other realms as your soul is literally traveling. Like you're traveling to other realms when you rest your being. Not unless you're programmed deeply and there's some blockages within some certain glands in your pineal or whatever glands are connected to just how your soul travels to these other realms, or is it how you breathing, or just certain blockages within the vessel. It's so many ways. It's so many different things that create blockages within our consciousness that we have to just dismantle, unsubscribe to, like detach from, or just see just the vastness within the experience. Stop attaching yourself and internalizing all of these experiences for you to carry as just a living being, like a soul just traveling. That's how you have to view yourself. You're just a soul traveling and documenting and creating symbology and passing on, being a channel for others, being a vessel for others, being used for others. That's all you are. Creating music, playing instruments, playing a sport, being an example, a representation of so many different other things. That's why I'm going to embrace my complexities. Like, I'm going to embrace just my expression overall, because I wasn't just sitting here in this body with this ability to use my senses and to share, to pass on information. Just like we all are, we're just passing on information. And it's so funny and real that we have the power to create our realities in a way that serves the collective, not just our own personal gain and usage and greed. And a lot of us, that's why I could never just, I'm okay with selling information for free, like non-profit. Like, what the fuck do I need to profit off of this for, when this can be left for many, like for millennials? This can be left for, like, this can be left behind, left here for another being to pick up on, to like, oh my God, yeah, I'm picking up on what he's talking about. Yeah, I can relate to this shit. Yeah, this shit is real. Like, we have been living in Babylon. We have been enslaving ourselves willingly. Like, putting ourselves in these situations. Now, granted, some of us, like, I was watching a video back in Chicago, niggas was literally like segregated and put into these boxed in environments where they were literally poor. Like, but motherfuckers was ranked out of that shit, and then they built these motherfuckers, for welfare purposes, to keep niggas trapped. They husbands went to war while the mother, she stayed, and it's just like, what the fuck, bruh? Mind control, like mass manipulate, like that's manipulation. That's witchcraft. Like trapping motherfuckers, segregating motherfuckers, and then wanting them to feel this thing of like integration. You're like feeding off of their energy. Oh my God, maybe we could have the same, resources and knowledge and school systems and work environment as the white people. Example. Like, what the fuck? That shit is crazy. And then these niggas over here just lost, because this nigga just went to war. He came back. He done lost some of his homies. He done lost his closest brothers. Probably got an arm shot off. Probably like on like, and then now he hearing this shit is just weird. You know, these social experiences, like experimenting on us. They've been experimenting on us for like over 400 something, like something, yeah, even past that. Even our own brothers, like the Moorish motherfuckers, even they was like just trying to get with the program with the Europeans and shit, inheriting wealth, and then enslaving their own brothers. This shit is crazy. This shit is wild. And then now we're here. Like that's a bit of history. There's so much other shit that has happened, and I just feel it deeply. It's just crazy. Like that Black AF, what is it? The Black, basically telling stories of like Black history, like Black slavery. You know, that book. I'm sure people, they know what the fuck I'm talking about. But it's just crazy, bro. And we're living in it. Like, it has happened, but that shit is like still happening, bro. Like the ideas that have been passed down. It's like niggas is still living in slavery and don't even realize it. Like, shit, I'm probably still, like, I was looking at my name, y'all, and honestly, I'm trying not to see it as in a negative way, but I just see like it in my name, like Tre'Von's Lavender, and like Tre'Von with the S, then Lavender. This says slave in it. But honestly, bro, I'm trying to see it as not like a negative thing, because they want us, like, this word slave has such a deep, like, feel to it. Like you don't belong to yourself, like somebody owns you type shit. But like I just did this freestyle, like I'm like, I own me, you know? So like I'm not a slave or bound to nothing, because we all are living in a age now where we can willingly express ourselves and not be like, it's resources everywhere, as you can see. Like they have tried to disconnect us from nature for so long, where it's just like I've documented me not trying to, but like growing a deeper connection with nature, like seeing just the richness in my environment. And for so long, they have called us slaves, and we adapted like a slave internalized way of life. Like we internalized the white man's way of practices and traditions and culture. Where it's just like you can reclaim this thing that they called you a slave when you can own yourself. You can own your brand. You can own just how you know what I mean, contribute to your community. Like, I have done nothing but spread love. And it's just like, we are free now. We don't have to carry this slave mentality. We don't have to carry the European way of living. We can grow our own crops, our own food. We can produce our own plant medicine, our own root medicine. You know, create our own elixirs and serve to the community. Our natural creams and oils and just butters and, jewelries. Like the way that we adorn ourselves and enrich ourselves and honor ourselves and honor others. Like, it shows in how we carry just this dignity and integrity within our beings. Like, we have to retrace our roots and what makes us as a people collectively, bro. We have to dismantle racism and sexuality, bro. We need to become sexually liberated, for one. We need to start teaching how to actually nurture our vessels first before we can teach sex education. Because it's just like misleading the youth will only will only create destruction within and have these mutations in the DNA. Like, you seen like how like doing like toxic relationships lead to like very ill kids, very psychologically damaged kids, and they don't know how to adapt, and then they're then labeled autistic or this disorder like way of being. Like it's ostracizing them, it's making them feel inferior, and giving them this like handicap complex where they are reliant on something outside of them to operate. You know what I mean? When we view ourselves separate from one another, it creates division, and then they're then conquered by some system outside of them. So it's like, bro, these are gifted people. We all are gifted, and in our own communities, we see deception. We see a dividing amongst another, like one another. It's sick. It's really sick. You gotta forgive yourself and your corrupt ways of life, and hold yourself responsible for how you engage with your brothers and sisters in your society. Cause nobody's out to get you. It's you playing this role in this thing. Like, and I'm gonna leave this video right here. Cause it's just like we have so much work to do. And that's that. Take your time, breathe throughout these moments. Be present in it. Celebrate every rising. We just, like the sun is out, bro. Like the sun. And I'm gonna close the video out right here. I love you, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.